Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. This is episode 315, as well as day 315 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame. Also within this time frame, I've challenged myself to run two big races. One of those races being a 50K ultra marathon trail race. That was the Yankee Springs 50K trail race on day 156 of my journey. I was able to run that 31-mile race within 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. Now, the next race that came up within this yearly time frame was the Detroit Free Press Marathon. That was on day 290 of my journey. Was able to finish that marathon within 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 28 seconds, which was really good for me because I was shooting for a sub 4 time. Both of those times and both of those races were PRs for me, as well as I was able to keep the streak alive after both of those races, one being on day 156, the other being on day 290. Was able to still get out there the following days and ever since to keep the streak going, because now we're currently on day 315. So that being said, let's kind of break down the mileage for today, day 315, as well as let's talk about the mileage for the week, month, and year, and then we'll kind of get ready to get into today's actual episode. So for the mileage today, day 315, was able to get out there and put in what was originally supposed to be 7.5 actually turned into 9.2 miles for the day. That put me at 24.7 miles for the week, which put me at 77.2 miles for the month, which put me at 1,436.6 miles for the year. So we're 63.4 miles away from hitting that yearly goal of 1,500 miles. But we're going to quickly focus in on these monthly miles of 77.2. So we are 11 days in, and we're at 77 miles. So that's pretty good. That's I guess an average of 7 miles a day. So that's pretty cool. But we are every single month I challenge myself to run a 100-mile challenge, and I do it in honor of a charity in which I donate money to, as well as try to raise money for and awareness by starting a coinciding fundraiser on Facebook that follows along with the 100-mile challenge. So for the first 10 months of the year, we were able to raise money for 10 great charities. Now we're here within the 11th month, the month of November, and we're raising money for yet another great charity, that being Movember. If you'd like to find out more about Movember, you can find the link to do so, and you can also find the link to donate. They're both the same link. You can find it at the Defining Discipline Instagram or Facebook stories, within the stories of my Instagram or Facebook on the Defining Discipline page. You click on that link, it'll open up the Facebook page where you can make your donations and learn more about this cause. You can also find that link on my personal pages, Instagram story, as well as Facebook story. Like I said, you click on that link, it'll open up the page. You can learn more about the cause. You can also make a donation, and you can also click on that share button, because I know not everyone is able to donate, and if that is the case and still like to help out, the next best thing you could do is share it, because we're trying to raise awareness for these causes throughout these months. And currently we are in November, raising awareness and money for Movember. So keep that in mind. Now, other than that, we can get ready to get into today's episode, but as always, right before we do that, we are going to go over today's word of the day by Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Today is November 11th, and today's word of the day is steadfast. Steadfast means firm in belief, determination, or adherence. So that is a good word of the day. We screenshotted it, and now we're going on to get into today's actual nitty-gritty, today's episode. So episode 315, day 315. It is November 11th. That is Veterans Day. So in honor of Veterans Day, today's theme for today's episode is going to be Valor. I first want to talk about today. Got out there, mentioned supposed to be a 7.5 mile run, turned into a 9.2 mile run. Um, what had happened is I did some run art today. You can find that on the Instagram or the Facebook post. And I ran a American flag art to honor Veterans Day, the Veterans for Veterans Day. And about 0.3 miles in, I had to tie my shoe, had to pause my workout, and got up and never unhit pause. And then I am 1 mile in, and this watch goes off telling me I hit a mile, and I'm thinking, why didn't my other watch tell me? I look down and it says resume question mark, and I'm like, oh man. And at this point, I've already turned a corner, ran, halfway down a street. I was trying to draw a flag, like I was saying. So at this point, I hit resume. I just keep going and start doing the route, but then I had to start backtracking and hitting certain streets that I knew from where I tied my shoe to kind of where I hit resume at. I needed to recover all that, so eventually had to add a mile 0.7, I think would be the correct 1.5, 0.7. Yeah, I guess I've added 1.7 on just to make sure I drew the picture that I was looking for. And then I get home and look at the picture, and there's just a big stripe from where my watch stopped to where I started it again. So there's like a big thing going right across the art. But hey, you still get the idea and the concept of the art. So it was kind of cool to get out there and do that. But now to get back to today's actual episode, Valor. Valor, the definition here is great courage in the face of danger, especially battle. And again, today is Veterans Day, and I know a lot of us don't really think about, maybe military service members or veterans at all, or think about previous wars or the things that they have sacrificed and the courage they've had to face those to make those sacrifices and to face the things they faced and see the things they've seen. And I think a lot of us take our lives for granted. And if it wasn't for the veterans' valor and again, their courage to go out there and fight for us, I don't think we very well appreciate the things they've done. And again, we live here in a great country where we have a lot to be thankful for and grateful for. And I think again, we take a lot of it for granted. And no matter what side you're on, a lot of the wars, maybe they were you know not the best wars for us to get into, or whatever you stand and believe in. Um, Again, the most of these soldiers didn't make decisions. They were told what to do, and they went out and did what they thought and what was told to them was best for this country and for you. And they and sacrificed their lives to really make and keep this place a great place. And this goes for not even just our veterans. Any veteran of any country, they sign up for that job because they have valor, because they have courage within the face of danger. They're going out there to defend something, to really stand up for their country and do something for other people. And a lot of us, we don't even see half the things that a lot of these soldiers have been through and have seen, and we should be grateful for that again. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that today. Gonna kind of keep today's episode a little bit more shorter than usual because it is currently past midnight. Been running real late, and I do got to get up tomorrow at about 6 a.m. To get back to work. So tomorrow's gonna be a hell of a day, but still got today's run in, and still looking forward to tomorrow and everything. So just wanted to bring up today the valor that a lot of these soldiers had to have to go out there into battle. And I want to thank all military members, even still serving, and those who have served, any veterans. I really want to thank you for your service and for everything you've done for us. And that goes for all veterans of all wars. Truly, I want to thank everyone for their service, because these are all people. They've all had family. They've all had something to fight for. Even the people that are doing, maybe in our eyes are wrong, within their eyes they're right, and they still have family. They still have people they care about, and they still are out there fighting to try to make, in their eyes, the world a better place, even if we don't agree with them. These are still people with great courage who go out there and sacrifice a lot for others. So we should not take that for granted. So I want to thank that and thank all veterans for that, especially our veterans. But again, I couldn't imagine, being in that situation. Thinking I may not come back home, I may not see my family again, and to really go over there and sacrifice my life in honor to make the world a better place, especially for the people at home. Crazy to think about. So other than that, we can just kind of do a little spin of it to kind of close it out. Valor, again, the definition: great courage in the face of danger, especially in battle. Valor is something that we all need to kind of try to find. We need to find that courage and within danger, in the face of danger, and we need to really push through no matter what our battles are, because we all have different types of battles. We're all going through different life battles, and we're all facing our own dangers. But if we can truly have great courage within it and face it head on, there's a lot we can learn from our brothers and sisters who have served. So keep that in mind. For your daily discipline today, episode 315, it is to find your valor. Like I said, to go out there and find your courage within the face of danger, and fight your battles, knowing that maybe the best won't turn out, but you're fighting it for a good cause. So other than that, thank you guys so much for listening. 315 episodes, 315 days. It's insane to think we're this far along. Real excited to continue on and kind of transition this podcast as we go on and into the next year. We may be adding a couple races here as well towards the end of the year. Maybe doing the turkey trot, 10K, nothing crazy, and maybe doing a half marathon within a state park with a little bit of elevation trail race. So that may be a little bit harder, but still nothing too crazy, nothing I don't think I can handle, since we have came this far along, especially finishing that 50K and the actual marathon and keeping the streak alive. So, and this month's just been pumping out the miles, 77 miles within 11 days. Plan to break 100 before the 14-day mark. So it is what it is. Again, thank you guys so much for following along. 315 episodes, 315 days. If you guys can, give this podcast a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on our Facebook, our TikTok, our YouTube, our Instagram, and whatever podcast streaming platform you've been following along on. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. I am your host, Scott. Make sure you get your daily discipline done. Stay disciplined. And until tomorrow, episode 315. This is currently episode 314. We're closing it out. Peace out, guys. Whoa. I screwed all that up. Gonna really fix that real quick at the end. Until tomorrow, episode 316. This is episode 315. And until tomorrow, peace out. Completely screwed up the episode numbers there. Sorry about that, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, it's late. I'm tired and need to get to bed. All right, peace out, guys.